Hi, my name is Taylor Robertson. I'm a robotics software developer on the Cooper app. Today we're going to be programming a pattern. To start out, we need to define a home position or a start location. This should be a position that is out of the way of your part. I'm happy with this position, so I'm going to click Start Here. Next, it's going to instruct me to unlock the robot. I can do this by pressing the blue button. You'll notice that the status light on the robot begins to flash. Next, it's instructing me to move the robot with my hands. So I'm going to move the robot towards my start position. Once I am at the position I would like to start my weld in, it's instructing me to move the robot to weld start and create a start point. To create the start point, I'm going to hit the green button, and that will record this point. It is now instructing me to move the robot to the next weld point. Once I am at a point I am happy with, I'm going to record it by hitting the green button again. Next, it's instructing me to either continue creating weld points or define a weld end. I'm going to move my robot to my next location, and I'm going to create a weld end. I can do this by doing a long press of the green button. Once it's recorded this point, it is now instructing me to move the robot away from the part. Finally, it gives me the option I can either enter into production mode to run my program, or I can continue welding. I would now like to create a pattern, so I'm going to select More Choices. It is going to provide me a menu of options. I'm currently adding to the end of my program, so to create my pattern, I'm going to select this first move block and click Add Here. It is going to give me my menu of options back, and I'm going to click Add Pattern Start. It is instructing me to move robot to pattern start position. This is going to be your approach point of your pattern. This point should be out of the way of any obstacles, so I'm going to unlock the robot and move it to a position that is easily accessible between my patterned parts. Once I am happy with this position, I'm going to click the green button to record this point. I have now added a pattern start to my program. To finish my pattern, I'm going to select my last weld point and click Add Here. It is going to provide me with the menu of options, and I now have the ability to finish my pattern. I'm going to click Finish Pattern, and it's going to instruct me to move to the pattern end. This is going to be my departure point from my pattern between parts. I'm going to leave it in this position. It's easily accessible, out of the way of obstacles. To record this point, I'm going to click the green button, and it's now instructing me to move the robot to the first part point. This point is going to be our weld start point of our first part. Once I have the robot in that location, I'm going to click the green button to record that point. It's now instructing me to move the robot to the last part point. This is going to be the equivalent point on the last part you wish to weld. I'm going to move the robot over to my last part, and it will be the weld start of this part. Once I am happy with the position, I'm going to hit the green button again to record that point. It is now prompting me to enter a pattern count. This is how many parts you wish to pattern. I have 3 parts here, so I'm going to enter 3 and confirm my selection. I have now created a pattern. I'm going to unlock the robot and move it out of the way. Before we go to run our program, we have some discontinuities or path broken icons that we need to resolve. To do this, I'm going to move the robot into the vicinity of the dislocation. Our first one being between our start point and our pattern start. Once I have the robot out of the way of any obstacles, I'm going to select Path Broken and click Repair. First, it is going to go to our start point. Then it is going to go to the end of the discontinuity. We have now repaired that issue. The second discontinuity is between our pattern start and our weld start point. So again, I'm going to move the robot over to the vicinity of the error to avoid any obstacles. Once I am there, I'm going to hit Path Broken and click Repair. First, it will bring me to the start. Now I will hit Go to End. And that motion has been repaired. For the last discontinuity, it is between our weld endpoint and our pattern end. So I'm going to move the robot over to this vicinity. You can also repair discontinuities by manually fixing them. So I can bring the robot right in to my discontinuity position. And once I'm at that position, it will automatically switch to Go to End. I can either continue to manually fix my discontinuities, or I can use the Go To buttons. Once my discontinuities have been repaired, I have a complete program and I can click Done. You'll notice that there may appear additional discontinuities when you go to run. This is the same process to fix these. This last one that appeared is between our pattern end and our last move. So our last pattern end point, we are going to move the robot into that vicinity again. I'm going to hit my repair. Go to start. Go to end. And it has repaired that discontinuity. Once you are in production mode, you can hit the green button to run your program. And that is your patterning program.